Alrighty, guys, it's 3:30 this Wednesday, June 10th, and we got weakness, weakness. So overall, it's pretty. You can see how sloppy this trading day has been, but it is net to the downside. I mean, you got into the 2 o'clock hour here on the ES, and you can see that nice little reversal, complete direction change, and then straight back down right at the 2 o'clock hour. That's why we have that green stripe right there, because it's tend to be a good area for potential direction changes. Now these bars are massive. So this reversal bar here is what 72.98 to 70. It's like 22 points. Right? So these bars are massive. Same here, the 73.30 to 73.38. So it's almost 10 points, 9 points on that top bar. So yeah, I haven't tried to trade this. It's just way too volatile. And remember, I'm trading with a 5 point stop for normal volatility, and this is just not something you want to do. You had to do at least 10, maybe 20 point stop if you want to be right, or put it outside the rotation, correct, like one of these prior rotations. But man, this is pretty crazy stuff. So we're taking out this session low, 73.10, 7300, heading lower, and we are back, retracing back to the downside. Kind of had to look at the capital flow to see what's happening here. So here you have the bigger picture. We are taking out support at 73.40s. We are actually moving to the downside. We are heading down towards this area, the 7200s right now. So that's probably where we're going to end up. Now, we have a nice three-letter ledge right there at the 7300s, which has stalled out. They ran it below it. They've been stalling right now at that ledge. But we'll see if they can't get up above it before they close. We are definitely staying on the short side. If they can trade up above it, even back up above 73.40, we'll start off range bound and favor the short side. Below this area, the 73.30s, we're going to stay on the short side of this, looking to sell strength for rotations down. Now, tomorrow, we got CPI today. Tomorrow, in terms of news, we get the PPI. We get PPI, we have nat gas report, jobless claims, and a 30-year auction, right? So at 8:30, we get the two numbers, jobless claims and the PPI, and then we'll see what goes on after that. But it is pretty crazy stuff going on here. So, Nasdaq, while also heading lower, but you can see Nasdaq is just testing this lower support area. So Nasdaq hasn't quite blown through this. And watch that level. If Nasdaq takes out the 500s, starts trading below this area, bets are off, guys. We're going to be heading lower at that point. So anything potentially can happen now. There is definitely some truth in that there's some selling going on, say raising cash for this IPO coming out tomorrow. I think they price it after tomorrow and the trades on Friday. I think that's your SpaceX IPO, but that's massively hyped up and oversubscribed, and it's going to be crazy. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, that could be a reason why the things are selling off. They're taking money out of the AI names and rolling it into SpaceX. So we'll see. But right now, I would stay on the short side, favor the short side. The Nasdaq still holding support. So even if you're favoring the short side, they could still hold this, and we could see a nice little retracement rally. So that could be a setup for a long trade. I would be looking for it, but I would not try the long side until they get up above that 670, 680s. If it retraces that far back, maybe we have a shot at keep that rotation going. But right now, as you can see, we are pretty much at the lower end of this range, below the session lows on both of them. Not Nasdaq, but on the ES for sure. And we are pointed lower. So there you have it to get started. The trades I took this morning with two trades. Well, it was early on the ES. You can see these were basically the getting short against strength. So I got short up here. That's one. They got shaken out of that trade. The other one I got high ticked on. You can see how unfortunate that was. I'm down 28 on that on the micro ES. I didn't take any trades. I just took one more trade on the Nasdaq after that, and that was a little go with type of trade after they started fading on the upside. So they were already fading. I tried a momentum trade past that tab. Tab is the one you want to buy against normally. If that comes out, that you have a little burst to the downside going. I tried that, and I got a nice little $40 trade out of that thing. And then you can see how they snap back hard. Look at it. and it doesn't look like much on the chart, but remember that little rotation on the chart over here, that's $40. So this is like $120 reversal or something like that, and then they took off to the downside. So I stopped trading at that point. It's too volatile. No point of getting yourself chopped up trying to keep up with this thing right now. It's just kind of crazy. Finally, the bonds, bond market. Bond. This is what it looks like when they have an auction day. This is a 10-year auction. So dealer manipulation going into that 1 o'clock hour, or going into this 1 o'clock hour, and then continuation to the downside afterwards. So this is all dealer manipulation stuff going on. And so I don't try to trade it too actively at that time. The setups you're looking for, a good setup down here, by the way. 3 bars just at the same level. You only had to fade maybe a tick of heat on that one, but that would have been a buying opportunity down here. But it's again, it's taking out support, so I didn't try anything on that one. I'm watching this heading straight down like that. It's with 3 bars at the same level. It's you have to kind of be a little bit cautious, especially when you know there's a dealer manipulation going on. So anyway, but we're still range bound, very much range bound on the bottom market, not reacting to this ES craziness. So nothing else going on. Silver is to the downside, gold is to the downside, oil is kind of popped a little bit. So, and that's just looking at the crypto. These are the Coinbase contract. So the silver is down a bit. Gold, I took a trade on gold, didn't work out. That was just early on. I haven't tried trading that one since, but they're heading lower at a pretty good clip. So I mean, I tried a long trade here. That was earlier on. That was over here around the 4160s. And since then, they've just been kind of sideways, and then it took another leg lower here later in the session. And oil's trading back up again, and that's all about that Iranian situation. So we'll see how that shakes up, but it's probably going to be a little bit of an oil price shock here coming when they restart whatever they're going to restart. All right, back to the ES, and so far we are kind of twisting in the wind to the downside of the range, and the chances are we're going to see more weakness. That's what I would expect. So, ready, guys, we'll wrap it there. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. We'll go at this again. Ready, guys, later.